All right, we are live on YouTube. I'm just waiting for that video to connect on my other monitor over here so that I can grab that link and put it in our free business mastermind group so that our community can join us easily and conveniently on YouTube. Okay, here is the link. So let me grab that. Okay, let me throw this in the group. Oh, that did not do well at all. What was that? Okay, let me try to grab that link again because that didn't. Okay, now it says it's on the clipboard. Now let's try to. All right, that was successful. So that is posting and spinning. All right, great. Now that is posted. Let me go over here and make sure I can see the actual live chat. And I can. So let's get started. Welcome to the Her First Six Figure Morning Show. That is an interactive coaching and training experience as a part of a free business mastermind group to position Black and Brown female online service-based entrepreneurs to generate your first six figures by learning how to make the money and create time freedom. This week's blog is at shaycannon.com/smarter. That's shaycannon.com/smarter, because what we're talking about this week is work smarter, not harder. The shift that can make all the difference and change everything. So I just heard a ding ding somewhere, but it went away. All right. Uh-oh. Here we go. Look, the one up here distracting me. Lord have mercy. Now I can't see my blog. Okay. So when we are building our business, right, there is this pressure to hustle and relentlessly be busy. We spend long hours. We're constantly putting forth effort to move our business forward. However, sometimes we work hard, but not smart. We're busy doing things, but we're not busy doing the things that have the most impact and move the needle the most in our business. So this week, we're talking about some of the challenges that lead to us working harder than we should be working. On yesterday, what we talked about is fear and sabotage. And that's wrapped up in that, the things that stop us from doing the things that we need to do, something like perfectionism and wanting to be over prepared and trying to wait to the right time to do stuff. So if you want to know more about that and 10 strategies to come up out of that so that you can work smarter, not harder, then catch yesterday's replay. Today, what we're going to talk about is the obstacle of mismanagement of time and energy. Okay, time and energy. Building a service-based business without structure leads to an endless cycle of overwork, burnout, and stagnation. Handling every task alone, resisting systems or automation, and allowing your clients to dictate and demand what your schedule is supposed to look like can create a business that feels more like a burden than the business that you want, that's going to get you to your first six figures and fund your best life, right? Without a clear strategy for managing your time and scaling efficiently, exhaustion is what's going to replace your progress. And long hours are not going to give you as much out of it as you think it should. So the constant hustle may be, or it may feel necessary, but without intentional organization, it only reinforces chaos. So working smarter transforms this struggle into sustainable success, right? Sustainable means we can keep doing it. Like, that is how our business runs. When we're doing hustle is not sustainable. We can't run our business off of hustle. So where time is spent on high value activities, operations run with ease, and the business supports freedom rather than consuming all of your freedom. All right. So that is what's in the blog. But here on the morning show, we give you more. So let me find my show notes so that I can give you more, because I do have some strategies for you to help you guys to get organized, because this particular topic is right up my alley for operations, right? Right up my alley. So mismanagement of time and energy. Basically, what you need is to be using systems, managing yourself in time, because I don't believe you can manage time. You can manage yourself in the time that you have, and things that help you to leverage and get more out of productivity. Okay. So here are the 10 actionable things you can do to work smarter, not harder, when it comes to managing time and energy through structure. Okay. Number one, prioritize revenue generating tasks. Okay. Prioritize. Everybody has a long to-do list. Okay. You are not going to get it all done at the same time. So you have to prioritize. And in business, you need to make sure what gets done first every time are revenue generating activities. I call them MMAs, money making activities. Okay. So structure the workday around high impact activities that directly contribute to your revenue, rather than low value tasks and activities that drain your time, where you're over there playing in Canva working on colors, and you know you need to get that proposal out. So which one leads closer to money? A proposal going out, or you working on colors in Canva? Get that proposal out. Okay. So when we have a to-do list every day, we need to make sure the things that get done first are the things that get us closer to the money. Okay. Number two, implement time blocking. All right. Set dedicated time slots to do all the things you need to get done in your business. And when I say all the things, I don't mean just tasks. I mean categories of tasks. So you might have one time slot for sales, one time slot for customer service, one time slot for content creation, and things like that. Okay. So we have multitudes of tasks, but most of them can be categorized and put in collections, and we want time slots for those categories. All right. Cool. Number three, use a simple task management system. You can utilize a PMS or a project management system or tool. You can use some kind of planners. You can use, there are even task management, what do you call them? Task management apps, where you can like have a list of tasks and then you can check them off, but you can't do much more functionality than that. That's usually a task management. Now, if you can categorize tasks and put them and add deadlines and all of that, that's most likely a project management system. So it depends on how robust you need it to be. You can even use things like a Google Doc. Google Doc has to where not only can you share it with other people, but you can do a list of tasks. You can even assign them in there to people that have access to that document, and you can, of course, check them off. Okay. So we want to look at things that'll help us to prioritize the task, add deadlines, and even have where we have like recurring tasks, right? So we can do all of that to help us to prevent overwhelm. So that's implement time blocking. I'm sorry, no, that was implement a simple task management system. Let's go to number four. Number four is automate repetitive processes. So by now you probably have heard of workflows, which is really just systems for repetitive processes. So set up workflows for things like appointment scheduling, client onboarding, invoicing, like especially when you have like a retainer client that is invoiced the same thing every month, there can be a automation set up for that. Email responses to certain things. Let's eliminate as much of the manual stuff as we can with some automations. Number five, establish firm boundaries with your clients. So you can define your clear working hours. You need to have clear response times and communication guidelines, excuse me, to prevent businesses or prevent your business and your clients from consuming your personal time or too much of your business time. You guys know that for years now, I've had a web page on my website. It's hidden from everybody else, but the link is in my client contracts, and it's given to my clients. And it has my structure for my communication and stuff. Let me share that with you. Okay. And it was recently updated at the top of the year. I always look at this at the beginning of the year, or really at the end of each year. So I just let my clients know that the way that I am a fractional chief operating officer means they get a fraction of my time. And to do that, I have to apply structure. to my time. So this is all about what that structure is. So if they have a question about my structure, if they have a question about the communication policies and all of that, it's on this page, and it's also in their contract. So they signed that they understand this, right? So it basically has my availability and my communication, and I let them know that my goal is to respond within one business day, right? Business day, not one day, business day. And then I go to define all of the different types of communication. I let you know, hey, if you're a retainer client of mine, don't send me anything over social media. I'm not responsible for remembering that. That is not where I keep client communication. So I might have every good intention of transferring it over and trying to remember, you done sent me something over there. No. I don't remember that. And when I go to look for communication, I'm looking in the official places that you were supposed to put it. So if you put something over there and I don't remember about it, that's your fault, not mine, because I said don't send me nothing on social media. Okay. So for short form communication or quick communication, something that is like an instant messenger or a text message, I use my business WhatsApp for that. It even has voice note capability. So that's what I use. Now, a couple of my clients do have their own instant message system because I'm in their system, and that's fine. So I have that up during the day. Leticia Austin, our resident tech guru, we are in Microsoft systems. And so I am in Microsoft Teams for her and her team, and that's fine. But still, don't text me on my personal phone, and do not send me social media, right? Long form stuff. Especially if you need to send some documentations or forward emails, I have a business email. Okay. Now, I also have assigned COO emails for certain clients. So I have an email address for Leticia. I have an email address for Dr. Joffrey, because I work in their business, managing the business and managing the teams, managing service providers and all of that. So I have an email address for them. Y'all don't even want to see how many email addresses I have up in a day. For project-based tasks, information and documents, I use a project management system. I use Asana. So if we don't have one set up for their company and their team, then everybody goes into my Asana. However, they have every right to have their own project management system that is separate from me. So Dr. Joffrey uses Asana, but he has his own Asana set up, where I set up his own Asana. And then, of course, Leticia uses FreeCamp for her and her team and her business. So, but I still have different boards inside of my Asana that's assigned to each of my clients for my stuff that has nothing to do with what I do in their systems. Okay. So that's what we just got finished talking about, project management systems. All right. I have hours of operation. Well, I used to have hours of operation, and it used to be 10 to 2. And then I extended it to 10 to 4. But now I'm getting ready for Southeast Asia. I'm not going to be in the same time zone. I'll be 7 to 8 hours ahead. So now I don't give hours, I give days. So I have days of operation, Monday through Thursday. Then I explain to them about No Talk Friday. I may work on Friday, but they shouldn't expect to hear from me on Friday or to talk back and forth with me. Like I might send an email, I might send something. They might see something moving in the project management system. They might be copied on something. However, don't start trying to hold a conversation, because I'm here for a short time, not a long time. And so that allows me to have a day of production without talking to clients and being interrupted by meetings. Okay. Speaking of meetings, I have structure around my meetings. Meetings must be scheduled at least a week ahead of time if you want some type of guarantee that you will get on my calendar. Why? Because my retainer clients have routine days that are scheduled. It is the same day of the week at the same time. Okay. So I have that day and time for the CEO meeting, and I have a day and time for team meetings. I have a day and time for any kind of project meetings. And so all of that is scheduled, and it appears at the same time of the week every week, or at the same time routinely. Okay. I like to know what my week is looking like on Sunday. I go and I kind of finalize my calendar. I know what's going on, and I can go from there with what's happening. I do not feel the pressure for when people say, I just realized I didn't send the thing. When people say, hey, you got a minute today to meet, Or are you available on Wednesday? Or can I move my meeting that's supposed to be tomorrow until Friday? No, none of that. No, probably not. Because my calendar is set up so that I am not overwhelmed. My calendar is also set up for the energy that these tasks and these meetings need from me. So I do content in the mornings because I'm fresh, I'm creative. I haven't gotten to my strategy side of my brain yet. And so, no, I don't take meetings before 10 o'clock, or I really should say before 12 o'clock, because all of that time is content time. This morning show and other stuff are happening in that space, and that is what it's for. And as you guys have seen, I'm producing more and more and more content. And so that's what that space of time is for. I'm not willing to have a meeting during that time. So I set things up for me to show up in excellence for things, okay? So meetings outside of the routine meetings are subject to availability and should be scheduled no later than a week ahead of time, right? And then I let people know I'm not available for your in-person events. No, my lifestyle does not, it's not set up for going back to the United States just because a client is having something going on. It's not set up for that. Out of office, I let them know, I am out of office for certain government holidays and internal holidays. I also let them know that a month is considered 4 weeks. Why? Because I take a vacation on the 5th week every quarter. And guess what? The amount of money that they pay me doesn't change because their proposal was based on me producing for 4 weeks in a month. So all of this structure is really helping. At the end of every year, I put in all of my vacation and business holidays for the year. So there's no reason why you should know when I'm gonna be off. Do I remind you? Yes. I'm about to, my first vacation of the year, here we go right here, is about to happen. We've already been talking about it. I already reminded, but you got this calendar at the end of last year. It's also Google Calendar, and you got an invite to it. So there's no excuse for you to be like, oh, Shay's not here. I didn't know she wasn't going to be here. You knew Shay was going to be on vacation. You had all of these dates. These travel dates for Southeast Asia and stuff, they're on here. I have a preliminary calendar for Southeast Asia on here, and I'm letting them know what's confirmed and what's planned. So all of this is structure, and it allows you to do what I say up here, right? To show up in excellence through structure, period. So you guys need to take the time to be that intentional with what your time looks like. All right, let's go back to the strategies because we got more strategies. We got more. That was establishing firm boundaries with your clients. That was number 5. Let's go to number 6. Create a weekly CEO day that's dedicated 1 day a week to strategic planning, reviewing finances, optimizing workflows, and making high-level decisions. See, that's a part of what I do on Fridays. That's why I don't want to talk to nobody else, right? I just don't want to talk. I don't want to hear no talking, and I don't want to talk. Okay. So because that's the day that I'm working on things that I need my full brain for without interruption. All right. Number 7, limit daily decision fatigue. Use templates, use scripts, use preset workflows to reduce the time you are spending making repetitive decisions. I'm going to tell you, that's one of the things I love about ChatGPT. I act like I can't think at all. I act like I'm not the genius that I am because I program ChatGPT and custom GPTs to do my thinking for me. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that's right. That's what I would have said if I had thought about it. So you need to find ways that you're putting things together where you don't have to think that hard all day long, especially about things that you do over and over again. This is why I love templates. We talked yesterday about the email reminders and stuff that go out. Those are templates. Very little information has to be changed on them. So I don't have to think about that. Set up templates. Use scripts when you have to talk about the same things over and over again. Scripts are great for sales and they're great for customer service. All right. Number 8, batch content and marketing tasks. So group similar tasks together, like recording multiple videos or scheduling a month's worth of social media in one session to save time. And let me tell you, the older you get, the more you're going to really need to start batching stuff. Because the older we get, the more we're in one energy. We need to do all the things we need to do with that energy, because it's harder for us to pop into this energy and that energy. And by energy, I could mean creativity to strategic to something that's at rest and something that's revved up. All of those things are energies. So again, let's go to Newton's law. Things in motion stay in motion. Things at rest tend to stay at rest. So if you're already in motion, have all your motion-laden tasks batched together. Okay? It just makes sense for you. Now, let's go to number 9. Delegate and outsource low-value tasks. So offload non-essential activities through automation, contractors, part-time support, so that you can stay focused on the things that only you can do. Okay. Let me tell you how I hate when CEOs try to help with stuff that don't need them. First of all, I know that you are negating the things that do need you, because I got a whole list of stuff I'm waiting on from you. So how about you divert your attention over there and stop dropping in on stuff that we don't need you for, right? So again, that's almost like that CEO frame of mind. You need to have the things that only you can do. Don't have those bottleneck because you're over here doing the things that somebody else can do. You only have so much time in a day for yourself. And some of that needs to be living, not just business. So if you don't have a team yet, the best thing that you can do is go ahead and start identifying these things that could be delegated. Okay. That way, when you're ready to hire, you actually have the resources to hire. You can go to this list of things that can be delegated and decide what are the most important things. And then we hire for that role first. Okay. So get it ready. Number 10, follow a scalable business model. Design your offers and services that allow for growth without requiring more hours from you, such as instead of doing one-on-one, let's start going towards a group program. Instead of doing what you have to do live coaching, let's go to some digital products, or live servicing. Let's go to some kind of evergreen service, or a service that's easily delegated where you're not doing the service. So those are the 10 things that you guys can do to apply structure to better manage your time, productivity, and progress. We're going to start with Dewana. And the question, did I do the question today? I don't remember doing a question. Okay, let me come up with the question. So the question is, let me see, what structure do you know you need in your business to work smarter, not harder? And which of the strategies mentioned today was helpful to you? All right. Let me pull this question and put it over here. Let me throw it over here on the YouTube side. Good morning, YouTube. Now I'm gonna go back through the 10 so you guys can be reminded. Since you know I always put all the extra on it when I go through it. The first time I'm gonna take the extra off, give you the 10, then we're gonna start with Dewana with the question of the day. All right. Number 1, these are all things that are going to help you to work smarter, not harder, when it comes to managing time and energy. Okay. Number 1, prioritize revenue generating tasks. I call them MMAs, money making activities. Number 2, implement time blocking, putting like things together on your actual calendar. Number 3, use a simple task management system, or if you need something more robust, use a project management system. Number 4, automate repetitive processes. That's what we talked about, workflows. Number 5, establish firm boundaries with your clients. Those boundaries can be with your working hours, your response times, your communication guidelines, and that type of thing. Number 6, create a weekly CEO day where you're handling those CEO things like strategic planning, finances, and all the good stuff. Number 7, limit daily decision fatigue. Things that are going to be the same decision over and over again, use other things to decide that stuff. Don't use your brain for it. Number 8, batch like tasks together so that you are keeping the same energy and doing like actions at the same time. Number 9, delegate or outsource low value tasks Number 10, follow a scalable business model by growing your business in ways that don't take up a lot of time. Okay. Cool beans. Let's start with Dewana. Dewana, what structure do you know you need in your business to work smarter, not harder? And which of the strategies mentioned today was helpful to you?
Good morning, everybody. Happy spring. What structure do you need to work smarter, not harder? Definitely need to probably implement more time blocking and putting like tasks together, which is a little hard for me these days because my brain is so scattered. So that's really, really good advice. Um, and then establish firm boundaries, not just with clients, too, just with everybody.
Everybody, baby. I love that.
Yeah.
I can't wait till you do that. You're gonna love it, Libra. You're gonna love it.
I was literally just talking about that to somebody yesterday. I'm like, you got to put these boundaries up, man. So yeah,
Yes.
those are the main two for me.
Love it. Love it. Thank you. Let's go to Dr. LaFera. Dr. LaFera, what structure do you know you need in your business to work smarter and not harder? And which of the strategies mentioned today was helpful to you?
I am going to say that to I need to be more intentional with time blocking. And yesterday I started putting more stuff into place so that I can batch more. So yeah, this is a great topic today.
Cool beans. All righty. And you're in the membership, so lean into your tools. Lean into your tools. All right. Let's go to Sasha. Sasha, what structure do you know you need in your business to work smarter, not harder? I know you're just starting, but you can probably already identify some chaos going on. And which strategies mentioned today will be helpful to you?
So I think the same for the question, I think they'll be the same ones. So prioritize revenue driving tasks. I think I mentioned that yesterday, or I have several times that I tend to focus on like colors or like things like that, but not, I had to pivot and just finalize my services and offers. So I would say number one, prioritize revenue driving tasks. And then the other ones that I know will be important once I start is like the establishing the firm boundaries with clients. I loved your hours page that you showed us. I love the Create a Weekly CEO day where you have no meetings or interruptions and it's just that strategize or getting things done you need to do as a CEO. And then the other one that I think I probably will struggle with because I tend to want to do things myself is the number 9, the delegate off low value tasks and focus on larger tasks that only I can do. I think that I know hopefully I'll eventually need to do that, but I think that will be hard for me, but I'll have to keep that in mind.
Yeah. I say start changing your mindset now,
Yeah.
before you even get to the point where you're hiring, and then it'll be easier when you get to that point. All right, let's go to Dr. LaToya. Dr. LaToya, what structure do you need in your business to work smarter and not harder? And which of the strategies mentioned today were helpful to you?
Definitely batching. Batching. I think as you mentioned, now finding like once I'm in the flow of one thing, it's easier to just kind of do those things. Because when I say, "Oh, I'm going to come back and record some more," it's a lie. I ain't. It don't happen. So while I'm in the flow of whatever I'm doing, but to now do it intentionally, right? So to say if this is what I'm working on, then this is what I'm working on. So one, to set up kind of a batching structure, I think would be helpful. And then the other one is I can tend to not prioritize the money making activities, because I tend to put them off to the evening time, but then that's really when I'm tired.
Yeah.
And so then I go to sleep versus using my morning time when I'm full of energy to do the money making activities and do the less important ones in the evening. So if I fall asleep, no problem, I can get to it, another day.
Most definitely. I love it. I love it. All right. Keith, you coming off the mic or you want to put it in the chat? There you go. He said, puts note in back pocket. All right. Everything is moving like a well-oiled machine. I love it. I love it. I told y'all Keith be having his shit together, y'all. All right. Let's go to Dr. Ayana. What structure do you know you need in your business to work smarter, not harder? And which of the strategies mentioned today were helpful to you?
Good morning, everyone. Once again, I love this list. A lot of them really kind of tickle my fancy, to put it lightly. I thought it was interesting that I tend to mingle number 5 and number 8 together. And I really love number 9, but I need to really do better when it comes to number 10, following a scalable business model, grouping programs and doing evergreen services and things like that. I need to become more familiar with that concept and implement it more. But all of them are great.
When you get this document, you're going to see at least one way.
My Lord, God is
good. Put some in now. Put some in now. All right.
Thank you.
No problem. No problem. All right, let's go to Cheryl. Hey, Cheryl, we've been missing you, Cheryl. What structure do you know you need to add to your business to work smarter, not harder? And what strategies mentioned today were helpful for you?
Hello, everybody. I just had to start tightening the boundaries, and mainly on me, because I'm a giver, and so I will basically give a lot more time than I should. And I had a situation with a client that wanted to keep messaging me on Facebook, and so I literally had to do like I would do with if I was raising my daughter. I stopped responding, period. And then I started getting messages in the email about, you never answered this, you never answered that. And my response was, you contact me through this email, period, and you get response. Yeah. We haven't had any more problems since. And I said, you know what? It's time to overhaul. And then you talk about this today. And it's like, yep, I'm on the right track. So that's where I am. The others, you've pretty much grounded us in those the whole time we've been here. But this one with the boundaries, I think that's harder because we tend to want to accommodate people if we can. I've decided I'm going to accommodate me first and then anybody else second.
Most definitely. And I end up working with a lot of people who are business besties or actual friends. And I have to, put boundaries in place. And I don't mind telling you that I will block you. So I've had a friend that, so I have 2 different phones, and I don't have business apps on my personal phone. And the funny thing is the ringer is not on anyway. The power is on, but the ringer is never on because I don't like to be interrupted. So that's how I am with my boundaries. Certain people, they'll know it's past your business hours or it's not a business day, but they just want what they want and they want it now because they're in the energy of doing something that they need your help with. And so they'll come over to my personal phone and they'll say something personal and then they'll try to sneak in a business. I will block you. Cut it out. If you're gonna try to overstep my boundaries like that, you will get blocked, and you will only be able to contact me during business hours for both personal and business stuff. So if you don't want that to happen, don't bring business into my personal phone. You want to see me agitated? Ask me a business question on my personal phone. That's a no. So yeah, I love all of that, Cheryl. Dr. Tachi, what structure do you know you need in your business to work smarter, not harder? And which of the strategies mentioned today were helpful to you? Dr. Ayana said, you got to do it because they don't respect your boundaries. Yeah. And guess what? They only respect what you respect. Because a lot of you not respecting your own boundaries. And so that's why people easily are disrespecting your boundaries. So yeah. I think Dr. Tachi is busy. Kimberly is probably at the Dream Funder. Okay, there go Kimberly. Kimberly said boundaries. You getting better though, Kimberly. I've seen you need to celebrate because I've seen you get better with them boundaries, baby. I'm so proud of you. She said, because I've given away too many samples with absolutely no reciprocation. Also need to take time to batch content, set a specific date and time. Yes. Or dates and time, time slots. I think sometimes we think of time slots as like one time in a week. It could be, this little pocket of time every day. So some of us don't have a whole slot to give, but we might have an hour here every day. We might can get up an hour earlier every day, or extend our business hours by an hour every day, because that adds up. So be creative in the way that you think about it, is what I'll say. Also, another thing that I'll say is be creative with finding time. A lot of our life is spent waiting on stuff. Y'all can spend that waiting time doing something productive. Your drive time can be the time that you're absorbing and listening to stuff that you need to know, or stuff that you need to hear or be updated on. You can listen to that now. Nowadays, there are all kinds of technology that will read your emails to you, so you can have your emails read by the time you make it home. All kind of stuff is going on that you could use time for. Some of you are parents, and your kids are in all kind of activities, so you have to go pick them up or go to activities and all that kind of stuff. Hey, use that time to do some other stuff. One thing that I love to do is I love to plan out stuff before I actually have to sit down and do it. Because what I've noticed about me is if I have a plan or an outline, when I sit down, I'll get to it faster. But if I just know what I need to do and the time slot that I need to do it in, when that time slot comes, I'm eating into that time trying to plan and research and do stuff. When if I had done that at another time, when I was, when something else wasn't as important, when I sit down to that time slot, I'm actually ready for action. So some of you might need to try that. All right. So working smarter, not harder. We have talked about managing time and energy today. Yesterday, we talked about fear, perfectionism, and waiting. So whether it comes to taking action or it comes to how you use your time and energy to take action, does anybody have any questions or value adds on working smarter, not harder? Tomorrow, what we're going to talk about is busy but not profitable. Okay, we're going to talk about those actual money generating things that you need to be trying to put first. That is what we're going to talk about. But any questions or any value adds about what we talked about thus far with working smarter, not harder, or any tricks that you have about anything that we've talked about so far?
I
Dr.
have
LaFleur.
one.
Yes, please.
On the work smarter, not harder. I know like we all use ChatGPT, but when you just talked about that we are doing a lot of waiting, right? Or traveling or picking up the kids. So the voice talk, I don't even know what it's called, but the feature where you can essentially talk to ChatGPT and it talks back to you.
Yes.
Like I have taken whole road trips and gotten like all types of stuff done just from that talking feature, because you don't have to type. Literally, it's just a conversation, and it has a conversation back with you. It is life-changing.
Yes, it is. I love it. I use ChatGPT for so many things to take the pressure off my brain and my own genius that it is crazy. Like ChatGPT is really my second brain. It really is. Like I'm constantly doing things like gap analysis. I don't even like, if you ask me a question and I know the answers in ChatGPT somewhere, I'm gonna send you to ChatGPT. Don't ask me. Cheryl, what did you want to add?
Oh no, I was going to ask you if you know anything about what is it, the AIU? Because I'm looking at that one and it can do appointments for you. I saw it with Tony Robbins and he has used it so effectively. And I was like, oh my goodness, that's a time saver. So if you ever get a chance to get into that, I'd love for you to weigh in on that. I know right now is definitely not a good time, but when I saw that, it was like a game changer for me.
I have an AI on my calendar and I'm trying to remember what it's called. I feel like it's called Reclaim, like Reclaim Your Time. And what it does is it uses machine learning to learn about the things that you put on your calendar, to suggest different things for open spaces in your calendar. So I'll get alerts during the day that'll tell me things like now is a great time to look at data, or now is a great time for you to do this, that, whatever, with pockets of time. But let me, Tony Robbins, I have nothing against Tony Robbins personally, Like, I don't think he's a bad person. He's just not my people. He's distracting to me. His looks are distracting to me, and his voice is distracting to me. I prefer reading quotes from Tony Robbins or books and stuff like that rather than hear or see him. Because he just, y'all just know I'm special. Yeah. So he's not my people. So I don't really follow him.
It's called and I believe it's in Chat GPT, but it's called AI Tony. And it's him. So hearing what you say there, you definitely wouldn't like this because it's him, AI, and he's talking to you. It sounds just like him, the whole 9 yards, and you have this conversation. And I was like, I would like that, not necessarily him, but I'd like to know more about that feature, to be able to use it myself. On the other hand, there's that part that says, what if this thing goes berserk with my client? And, all of a sudden I've got this situation, kind of thing. So I'm researching that, but if nothing else, it's great for a book idea.
So I think you should create one with your voice, because just like I've been coaching y'all for so long that when you think certain things, you hear it in my voice. I would love to create a GPT that coaches you in my voice from my methodologies. I would like that. But certain people, I don't want to hear them talk. Now, anything that talks though to me, I either need it in Samuel L. Jackson's voice and tone, or a male British voice. I like that. Italian, something that will make me happy to listen. But Tony Robbins ain't it for me at all.
Well, no, this is for me, for you. We can do the same thing. I'm not saying bring him in, and that's what I want. What you just said, I want to know how to do it with my voice. It's the whole person. It's like you walk into the room and you're talking to your client or whatever. And for many of the people that gave a response on how this worked on their end, they were like, it freaked them out. The first time that the example was him when he walked in, because that's part of his package now, is that you get AI Tony. And I was like, now that's interesting. So if they got AI Cheryl and all this good stuff, and I just kept thinking, this is a time saver if it works right. Obviously, we have to know what the heck we're doing. So that's why I asked about that. But I appreciate your input because it was very enlightening. I never considered about the person that might annoy me or something like that, because there are people I had to get out of their classes because it just wasn't going to work. No. So anyway, thank you.
No problem. No problem. Dr. Latoya said ChatGPT talking, you can pick a voice. She said one day she said you sound different today, and it apologized and worked with her to find a voice she liked. So yes, I love it. Let me scroll up. Keith said he uses Toggl, Toggl, track to track time. It's a cloud-based time tracking platform that offers a timer, digital timesheets, reporting, and integrations. It's popular with freelancers and consultants who need to track their time for different client projects. I love Toggl. I have most teams that I manage on Toggl. And not only can you do different clients as projects, you can do one client and different projects under the one client as tags or whatever. So I love Toggl, Keith. So we are on the same page with that. I'm loving this today. So just so you know, that all this week, I am letting you know that the Her Quarterly Focus and Maximum Performance membership is for you if you need help with any of these things, because that's what that membership is set up for. So in the membership, it is designed to eliminate time mismanagement, overwhelm, and lack of structure. It provides tools and accountability to transform chaotic workdays into strategic, revenue-focused execution, or goal-focused execution is what we do over there. So go to shaycannon.com/membership. You might want to sign up while it's still only $97 a month, because we are raising that price. Cheryl, you wanted to say something?
Now that's the one we're in, right?
Yes, that's the one you're in.
Oh, that's what, because it started to sound different. I was like, okay, where I sign up for that?
I rebranded it. You must miss that note. So it's no longer a Quarterly CEO Productivity membership. It is now Her Quarterly Focus and Maximum Performance membership.
That's all right.
you know, the work that we do, because you're one of those that show up. And so the work that we do, we get stuff done, right?
Yes, yes, yes. I can't tell you all enough. If for no reason at all to go into the get stuff done sessions, is that the peace when you go in there, it's almost like instant peace, and your mind is just free to do what you need to do. And before you know it, the time is up. And we've been there for hours. But when you look at your workload, what you've actually accomplished, that's what's off the chain. It was like, oh yes. So I appreciate you having those, because I do my best to be able to show up. And I am telling you, it's absolutely incredible. Thank you for it.
No problem. No problem. Dr. Tachi is back. Dr. Tachi, you want to do a value add? You got any questions? You want to answer the question of the day? What would you like to do, Dr. Tachi? Welcome back.
Oh, I'll answer the question. The MMA, the money
Making activities.
money making activities, to prioritize those.
I love that. I think sometimes we don't know what MMAs are when we have a whole list. So as just a quick note, just look at your list, whatever the list is, and to figure out the ranking of money-making activities, you look at the list and you decide what off this list will get me to the money faster. Like, what off this list has the shortest amount of steps of execution to get to the money? And then you rank those higher. Let's go ahead and get those done. And this is why when you when it comes to you making a video or sending out an invoice, that invoice needs to be sent out, because that invoice has shorter steps, right, to get to the money than that video, even though both could be deemed as a money-making activity. One gets you to the money faster. So I love that. I love that. All right, guys. Let's see. If you need these notes, these class notes, because you know this morning show is more like class for the Free Business Mastermind group. So if you need these notes, there's only two ways to get it. One, if you are in the actual Free Business Mastermind group, they live in the files section. Number two, you can get the notes and the entire morning show in your email inbox by going to shaycannon.com/show. shaycannon.com/show. Tonight, it is Tuesday, right, y'all? Tonight starts season 3 of my show, Design Your CEO Life, on Dr. Tachi's Indie Soup Media Network. So make sure you're subscribed to the Indie Soup Media YouTube channel, and meet us in the live chat at 8 p.m. Eastern Time tonight. If you want to see replays of season 1 and season 2, you can go and find them at shaycannon.com/design. On Thursday, we have Fuck Up Night virtual happy hour for the paid membership. But the free group is invited to come in on that last half at 7:30. And what you're going to do is you're going to bring what's fucking up in your business, and we're going to fix it over drinks. So make sure you guys know where to go to get the details in the free group or on your dashboard. Friday is a get shit done work session that Cheryl just talked about. So we had one of those on Friday. It is also for the paid membership. However, the free group can come in on the last half on this Friday. So check either the group or your dashboard for more information. If you want to find out more about me, your host, Shay Cannon, and how to get in the highly valuable Free Business Mastermind group, check the description below for the link and more information. You know you got good stuff today, so make sure you give us a thumbs up so that you like the episode. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. And also, this is going to be a 4-part series, so make sure that you check out the other parts so that you get all the information from the full series. And with that, the studio is closing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Have a great day, and we'll see you right back here.